Good afternoon. And Jermaine, I think you had 15 games on loan for Wolves in 2012-13 season, if I remember correctly, mate. And it's great to join you both.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Was
good
it good?
time. We got relegated, I think. No, did they stay up? Yeah, they stayed up.
I think you were was it on loan from Stoke?
Yes, on loan from Stoke.
That's right, man.
He might have taken you down. Surprised he didn't take you down, to be perfectly honest, but there you go.
He's a good lad, isn't he, mate?
There you go.
Listen, there are players leaving the club at the moment that we need to discuss, really, and I wonder if it's a concern for Wolves fan. Ryan Aït-Nouri looks like he'll be heading to Manchester City very, very soon, if it hasn't been confirmed already. Obviously, Matheus Cunha has gone to Manchester United. Nelson Semedo looks like he's going to join. A bit of an exodus so far this summer. Are there concerns for you as a Wolves fan about players leaving the club right now?
I think when players are leaving, everyone's got concerns. Obviously, Matheus Cunha and Ryan Aït-Nouri contributed probably 2/3 of our goals from last season. I think he's probably likely to have his medical today or tomorrow at City. We've also lost Pablo Sarabia, who's gone out on loan as well. As in regards to Nelson Semedo, he does have a 4-year contract offer on the table from Wolves. At 31, that's a decent offer. I think Marseille are interested in him. He's stated recently after the recent Portugal game in the Nations League semi-final that he's going to have a little bit of time to make sure what's best for him and his family. But losing both our wing-backs would be not great. Especially as Vitor Pereira wanted to keep both Ryan and Nelson Semedo.
Look, we talk about the teams coming up at the moment going down. So a lot of teams are in like a safety net, saying that they're gonna stay because the ones are going down. But there is some, Leeds probably the best out of the bunch that may stay up. And talking about Cunha and Aït-Nouri, you're losing their 42 goal contributions this season. For any team, even the top 4, that's a lot of goals contributions. Are you a little bit worried that you might lose the firepower to stay in the league if you don't replace very good, which is a gamble because these players are already Premier League proven?
Absolutely, massively, as I say, the creativity. But Ryan Aït-Nouri also leaked a few goals because he did like to go forward and he lost the ball a lot, so he would get caught out on the left-hand side. So as much as he created probably around about 13 goals, he probably cost us about 9 as well on the other end. To be fair, we're also, there's question marks over Gonçalo Guedes and Wang Hee-chan as well. Look, Matt Hobbs, the sporting director, has just left Wolves by mutual agreement. We're looking at bringing in Comicano, Leckie, I think, or Letty, who's worked with, I probably haven't got his name exactly right, who worked with Vitor Pereira. We're also going to be seeing Wolves getting a lot closer to the Mendes Gestitute. A lot of people might not know that Fosun, who owns Wolves, owns 25% of Gestitute. And that worked really, really well for us when we had Nuno Espirito Santo. So it's a little bit of a revertment to type. There seems to be a plan. We have gone backwards in the last few years. It is a concern and a worry for all Wolves fans losing that amount of creativity. But Vitor Pereira is going to be who's done really well since he's come in, is going to be a lot more involved in the players selected. I understand that there is a plan. And to be honest, if we are going to lose these players, I'd rather it be now than late in the window. So we've got time to bring in the right replacements. And with Mendes and Gestitute involved, it worked for us last time. And with Vitor Pereira, knowing what he wants, there's going to be a lot of change, and it's a gamble, but it could end up being a bigger team. Don't forget, when Matheus Cunha was out the team, for 4 of his suspended 7 games, we actually won 3 and drew 1. So we actually did quite well when he was out. So
okay, Dave, next season, as of now, without the signings, and we don't know who's going to come in through the door, what is the hope, the objective? Is it just survival or try and progress from last season?
We've got to progress. The club won't state it probably publicly, but I believe that what they're aiming to do this summer is get us into position to push for Europe rather than they don't want to fight in relegation. The fans are sick of that. We've gone backwards. We were 7th, 7th, 10th, 13th, 14th, 16th. You know what I mean? We've
painted a good picture of that, Dave.
No, exactly. We're hoping that the penny has dropped. As I say, there's managerial changes, there's leadership changes. It's replacing that creativity and also leadership within the dressing room. Vitor Pereira, when Wolves came in, we were like really looking like we were going down. We won 6 games in a row for the first time in like 50 years. He's coming. You've heard of the points and the at first the points and then the points. He's sort of galvanised and brought the fan base together. It's the closest thing that we've got actually to Nuno since Nuno left. I actually think he probably is the love child of Mick McCarthy and Nuno Espirito Santo, because he's a bit of a mixture of both. He's very straight talking, but he also embraces the city. And this guy has worked all his career to get into the Premier League. He's so focused. And if they're bringing the right leadership structure around and they've got this plan, which we're hoping to have, you've got to stay positive. A lot of fans are panicking. They're thinking, oh, here we go again, selling our best players. We're a selling club. But it's all about trading, isn't it? You've got to bring the players in. We brought in some good players in January, and we've got to replace that creativity in the summer window. And it's a long window, but we need to get it done sooner rather than later, so they've got time to have a full pre-season and get the players in that Vitor Pereira is. And Fosun, the chairman, they've got to back the manager. And if they do that, hopefully we can have a good season. One other thing to bear in mind as well. The year after next is the 150th anniversary of Wolverhampton Wanderers. They are not going to be wanting to be in the Championship for that. For the 150th anniversary.
I thought you were going to say we want a challenge for the Premier League 2 years from now.
That's a long way off, obviously, in a fight between. I mean, you never know what can happen in football. We saw what happened with Leicester. But we need to move forward because we have moved backwards and they have not invested properly for the last 3 or 4 years. And you can't keep skating around that drain forever because eventually you'll get sucked in. You stand still in the Premier League, you go backwards. And the teams that are coming up are going to be far stronger than the ones that have gone down. So we've got to invest right. And I just hope that they do. I think Wolves are going to be in a lot stronger position PSR-wise because we've struggled with that the last 2 or 3 years. They've got to invest the money that they're getting from Cunha, Ryan Aït-Nouri, potentially Fabio Silva and others that will go out and invest the money in the right areas. And if we've got like Mendes back involved again more, he's brought some jewels into the club previously. Hopefully we'll have a positive outcome. But as they say, the proof will be in the pudding, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely it will. Dazzling Dave, host of Always Wolves podcast. That's part of the talkSPORT fan network. So make sure you check it out, Wolves fans. Thank you so much for being with us.
Cheers.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.